Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. This is not a subscriber only stream, but I came up with a genius idea. Oh, I'm going to close that window. It's a bit bright, I think. People that are here, it's never, I don't want to force anyone to subscribe, but I'll tell you what, I'm never going to stop the free open streams. Of course, I never did, like even when I started the members. But I'd appreciate some of you to subscribe. I saw the troll this morning leave with his 30 channels. Got a good laugh. Peace to you. But honestly, one day I will, when I stream, it'll be public. One day it'll be with StreamYard. Because unfortunately, on StreamYard, I can't always have them subscriber only. My goal is not to block people from going to the channel, right? Or to force people to subscribe so that I grow in numbers. But it is a good idea. Talk about tactics when it comes to advertising or creating a business, at least subscribers that will arrive. Hey, everyone, subscribers that will want to help me grow the channel. And as of tomorrow, I'm going to be starting members live streams also, which again, I'm not taking away. I'm adding because maybe I'd like to thank the members. Well, I always do anyways. Like it's members here right now. And it's an extra stream that I'll be able to do. Riley, who is a member, also suggested that, some cool streams. Some of you did want to come on, especially on the member streams, but even the public streams, I'm totally open for everything. Start from the bottom. Chris, Corley, thank you very much, guys. Nicole S, Damien, Mira, or Myra, 20, yes, 2033. Very important date. Hello, all. Darla, Hauser, Random Ralph, and Nicole S. On top, first that I see. Thank you very much for being here. So it was a very cool evening. So as for subscribers, yeah, once in a while, if ever you're not subscribed to the channel, here's a heads up. And I didn't do it yet, but in the near future, I've been saying it for the whole year. If you're not subscribed and you come to a stream and you can't join because you have to be subscribed, don't be offended. The week after, you'll be able to come and join. When it's important, I'm obviously going to show everyone, but sometimes we'll have some nice personal streams just to the subscribers. At the same time, I'd love to know who subscribed to me. I don't. Like, if you think I go to 98,000 channels now to try to see who subscribed to me and whatnot, that would be a little childish. And again, you don't have to be subscribed to the channel at all. I hope it's not too bright. If we get some light, I'll turn that light down. So 182 UFOs yesterday, or lights in the sky, or satellites in the sky. There were no launches. China, 21 hours ago, failed their launch of their satellites that they were going to launch. Somebody said China just launched satellites. You're a liar. I mean, again, I'm open to all opinions, but you know how I am. I love replying to people that try to maybe stump me or whatever. Like, be honest. If you want to research someone, it's totally okay. You can stump somebody or not. Excuse me for the switch up on this video. I posted it for members only, but in reality, I was talking out to the disbelievers and stuff. I said, I'm not going to put that to members. It was for the public. So I switched it over. So some of you were maybe a little confused. I hope it didn't send out any extra notifications to you all. But either way, not every one of you get notifications. Some of you, I've talked to many of you. A lot of you see zero ads when you come on my channels, and some of you apparently see only ads. But don't forget, I can see in analytics how many ads are presented, exactly at what time and when they're presented and all that. But the problems that I had with either the glitches of YouTube analytics by posting, anyways, UFOs. First of all, life on K2. The molecules that they found on K2, and now very recently, hours ago, on Europa, Jupiter's moon, is impossible that there's no life on those planets. And not just life, but water and atmosphere, clouds and everything. Not that far out, K2, a recent planet, declared, hey, Motley, MS Sport, thank you so much. You've been here for ages supporting the channel, you guys, and you do it many different ways. Like I say, some contribute, him becomes a member. The ones that come here every day and say hello, that is the first contribution, guys, that was the most important for me to start channels, is an interaction. So Jules of Southern Oregon, good morning to you, my dear friend. Whoop, did she disappear? No, she's there. I got to go back up. There's more people here. Yes, my friend, Mix Ma'am. No notification again. See? I'm sorry about that, my friend. Good thing Yes, Hauser, I promise, as of tomorrow. And Riley had suggested it. I told everyone at the beginning, when everyone asks for one, I mean, sure, with pleasure, an extra one. We can talk about anything. We can come on screen and talk. And also on this one, too, we can also do that. It's just that right now, yeah, lots of stuff to see. The blackvault.com, you know how in the United States of America, the citizens, regular public, just us regular people, right, or Americans, can have some classified or unlisted videos, even on YouTube and in the government archives, released for viewing. So another one, it pretty much looks like the one they talked the mogul in Mosul, the Mosul UFO, where you can see that metallic sphere going around. But in the video we're going to go see today, we're going to go to the Black Vault and we're going to look at it. If you don't know theblackvault.com, that channel, take it. I mean, people often have comments when they go there. Bruce, he's FBI or CIA. Yeah, okay, sure, no problem. If he is, he's still showing stuff. I'm pretty sure there are some good agents on the inside. We're all adults. We're all adults, and we can come up with our own decisions on whether we're witnessing a false event or something. I'm not denying that false events. Motley, MS Sport, thanks again, brother. I'm not denying at all. Thanks, Hauser. That what some of you guys and gals are saying as theories, even flat earthers and stuff. I mean, who would I be to discredit people? Earth is actually shaped, is stretched out, because at the poles they bulge. So when you just take that information, it just pretty much explodes on whether it's not even round. First of all, I don't think any celestial object is perfectly round. Probably not. Maybe UFOs are, but in reality, until we and don't forget, excuse me, you all know, some of you anyways, with cameras, when you're looking at the stars and you start zooming up, everything's round. The first sight that you'll see any object, even a square object that's very far away, as you're zooming in, frame by frame, you're going to see it round. Everything's round at the beginning, and then it comes in, then you can start seeing more edges and whatnot. Nicole S., thanks again for being here. Instruction 007. How can we break the firmament? Love those questions. How can we break the firmament? How can we break the firmament? How can we break the Okay, we got a frustrated guy. Be nice there. I'm scrolling down. There's too many of those there. I can answer the question. So assuming that he's not a troll and that he just wanted me to see the question, as I always look at everyone's questions. How can we break through the firmament? I don't have a clue on how we can do that. They say that they go around the belts. They got the small belts close to Earth. You have the further belts away. You have the radiation would be extreme. You'd have to have a fuselage very, thick. I agree with you that one thing, if that's what you're trying to say, science doesn't have the capability of sending astronauts out. Artemis 2 program, I'm going to go right to the throat. Artemis 2 program sent out sensors on suits and dummies to test the radiation from the epicenter in the solar system. What's that? It's the sun. So they sent that object by the sun. You'd think that it'd take a long time to go to the sun, right? Considering New Horizons and all that, it took from me being in grade 6 to only a couple of years ago to get to Pluto. That's what they do. They do up and they do down, Breaking through the firmament. Who says there is one? Right? There's different layers of density, obviously, even just in the layers around Earth. They say the sun around in the corona, we're talking like 50 to 55,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But if you actually get to the surface area, even though they say it's not solid, it's solid. There's a layer that's not solid that we can't see, just like the moon. If you get to the surface, it's only 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface of the sun. So it's cooler on the surface of Earth than it is up in the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the thermosphere. Hey, listen, it's probably about, they say it's like, 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that around where the ISS is. Think of it. People say that in space, you go out into space and your head's going to freeze up and your eyes are going to bulge out and explode. No. You might cook. That's for sure. It obviously cooked the suits, but they have good suits for 5,000 degrees. And they can walk into pizza ovens and everything now. Yeah, right. I don't believe that. Evening, Bruce. Thanks a lot, my friend. Thanks, you guys. Grip Ripper in the house. Thank you very much. Darla, thank you for welcoming everyone. LA's in the house. I'm here, but I have to leave soon. Well, sending my love your way, my dear friend, and thank you very much, as always, for coming. A little support here, a little support there is always greatly appreciated. You know it. Yeah, Darla, let's get those up. Boom. Julian H. Hey, Bruce, did you hear about the planet behind the sun? Yes, absolutely. And that was actually a while ago. Thanks a lot, LA. That was a while ago, right? Julian H. on top of it. And I say a while ago, not long ago, but a couple of, weeks ago, they were talking about that. And months ago, also, they found 10 objects, guys, inside of the solar system. And that's what we're going to be hearing about for the next few years, obviously. And that's the 10 that they're talking about, right? We're going to learn more and more. Leaks are coming out. Everything, the whole system is being leaked out. That's the worst of it. Questions regarding uh, crop circles, those orbs of light have been seen actually going into the ground, resulting in a crop circle. Explore? Yeah, well, you could be sure I will. And absolutely, I'm going to send probably Jeff Benoit to the woods to see what happens to him. And I'll stay on the edge. No, seriously. And it's an archaeological Indian dig site, which is something even more incredible. You have no access to that land. It's Hydro-Quebec territory where with high, massive tension wires that go through a forest, and there's a line cut through the forest where at the bottom, very thick vegetation to be able to go through that because there's no trails. Obviously, there could be some trails. There's always effing dogs there for some weird reason. You go into that forest. That's my biggest nightmare. I'm not afraid of bears. Bears, you yell at them, they take off. If you yell at a dog, it doesn't take off. So it's a bit more concerning. I'm getting a little thinner. With my thumb and with my index, I can feel the bone inside my thigh, inside my upper friggin' big part of my leg now. It took about 100 pounds for me to feel that. But Greg Roberts, hey, Mix Ma'am, first of all, moon is full of life beneath the surface. I believe it. Love your show and moon videos. Very best. Hey, thank you very much from Phoenix, Arizona. Greg Roberts, thanks you guys. Yeah, Mix Ma'am. That's interesting. And the worst of it, here on the outskirts, 15 minutes away, 12, 15 minutes away, just on the other side of Ormstown, Quebec. Look it up, 2007 or 2009, MUFON, this was in the news, in everyone's news here, and even in the States, talking about 10 to 12 large crop circles that we're seeing right here. And of course, in that town right beside Ormstown, that I'm not thinking of the name right now, that I went, even showed some of you, there's no lights. There's no gas stations either. There's an old gas station, and it's still the old pump that goes up into the sky that you see that has to be pumped. I'm not kidding. There's nothing there. Farmers live there. Nice, it's old houses. It looks like you're in about 1978. Even the yards, everything is outdated. Not that they're poor. It's just a very plain town. No lights, no stores in towns. People want to get away from shit. That's where you go. But surrounded by that I showed on Google Earth is an extensive range of barley and cornfields, guys. So in other words, it would take me walking on foot probably a day and a half to get across to any road. Only tractors go on those fields. So is it the best place for a UFO to land? Yeah. And I'm telling you what you just said there, Mix Ma'am, you said a lot, because the UFOs that I was seeing yesterday, and I did go into town by the forest to film them, by the way. I got lots of footage coming. I did get lots of UFOs. They were a lot closer to, but they seem to be appearing in the sky in this brightest area of my town, guys, this little town, the only 6 businesses side by side with the massive Q-beam lights outside. That's where the UFOs are being seen, not even in the darkness around it. So when I look from home and I'm pointing to those bloody lights and I see them rising up, I see them almost better at home. And you'll see in the video, I'll show it. I got a train too on my way there. I went there. I left at 7:51. I left at 8:00 even, actually. And I started filming at an early time. You're going to see a lot of disturbances from the wires. Hey, it's research, right? The fizz, a lot of people will be disturbed by seeing the fizz, but actually, if you buy the same infrared telescope as me, you'll get 6 times more fizz. You're going to have to do like I'm doing to be able to look through that fizz. It's not easy doing this research. I'm telling you, spent a lot of hours trying to get it out. Anyways, I tell you that. I do also, Greg, believe there's life up there. The lights, some people say, Bruce, it could be drones. There's another thing. Even the ones I'm filming here could be some type of drone. But don't forget, drones all have, red and green lights. They have stroboscopes. Of course, if they wanted to hide the drones, they could, The lights that are taking off from the ground are dim. And the 375 UFOs that I filmed in 3 days, I have to say 4 days, because day 3, I filmed day 1. 100 UFOs. Day 2, 150 UFOs. Day 3, poured rain. Day 4, day before yesterday, which is what I showed today's footage was yesterday, what I caught before yesterday. I got another 182 UFOs in the sky. So yesterday I went out, I looked here. The first UFO I saw was at 7:42. I saw in the bright sky again, light going up. Don't forget, that's how I filmed the first daytime UFOs, because I go out just where the transition is of the horizon and the sun. And I believe that that's what's helping us see it. So you know what I think? I think the UFOs are always in the sky, guys. They're always up there in the sky. Red Orangutan, thank you very much. Carlos Ramo, how's it going, y'all? Well, no, of course. See, that's what I mean. You guys, since the time you've been here, that's what I mean. I know you've been a member for a long time, and there's no way of me knowing it unless I look, you know. But a lot of you, that's what you do. You become a member, and then when you subscribe and repay, well, it says, "Hey, a new member." I know you guys aren't new members. A lot of you have been doing that. I appreciate it. I love you to pieces for it. And Motley MS Sport, that's what I said. That's why I said at the beginning, since the day that you've been here, the comments and listen, everything. And I don't know who any of you are in reality, most of you. And, you know, whether, I don't care if you're 12 years old or you're 86 years old, we all are looking for truth, and we can all enjoy these videos and lights. And again, those of you that think that they are satellites because you just actually believe they are, much respect to you. But I have a lot of fun calling some people dumbasses when they say it's satellites when I'm showing them separating. Guys, in the last video, I never showed UFOs separating like that ever. Not once in all of my small career, right? I do this full time, for those that don't know. That's all I do. It's the only job that I do. So it's minimal pay, but it doesn't matter. I'm paying the money that's coming in. Is Trudeau's not taking it away from me. That's the way I look at it. But UFOs yesterday in the sky were lifting up from the tree lines. When a satellite train comes over the horizon, it's not in the ground. It comes up, guys. It's in the air, and it has to be at the right time where there's light. Satellites turn their mirrors away from us. You can all look up this information. You can go look up over Salaberry de Valleyfield, okay, at exactly the same dates that I'm filming, between 8 and 9, between 8 and 10:30. If there's any satellites going by, not everyone lives where there's satellites going by them over their heads, right? ISS space station goes by here usually around 4:15 in the morning. Okay, I'm never outside filming at that time, so you guys can check on your own and see what's happening. Why did Bruce get 182 UFOs? So if it's satellite trains, they would all be trailing each other. They're supposed to go up in height. The information I'm giving you is exactly what facts are online. The satellites go up in height. Some of them start going up before the others as they use the little bit of amount of fuel that they have, and it goes up and it rises up in atmosphere. And when it does, you can see them trailing each other, but you'll see one big and you'll see one small, depending on the height that they're at. UFOs, when you see them with a naked eye, how big do you think they are? You know, like me, you have to look up straight up into the Milky Way. But what would happen if you're looking at a satellite, looking through your neighbor's trees? Do you understand that we're talking very low? And you guys aren't beside me. You guys can't vouch for me that I'm actually filming a treetop that is either 5-10 feet high. If I'm filming over a treetop that's 40 feet high, we're filming basically up in the Milky Way, right? Like, I mean, I'm not going to hide it. Closer I am to a tree, the more I can stump you guys. The last video, 182 UFOs. There's 179 that lifted up from the ground. And I didn't cut any of the video except for when the battery started dying. My infrared camera, I can't film 40. I can film 3 hours. It only records 38 minutes of it. So at the 38-minute mark, I have to stop the video because it gets too long. It's too long to bring in the editor. I'm always afraid that they crash. And out of the 182, there's at least 80 or 50 or 80 that I didn't film because the batteries died. I had to throw those other 4 batteries away. No, I put them in my flashlight and the flashlight works, but now they don't work in my camera anymore. They're a bit older, right? Those last me almost 3 years. Those are the first set of batteries, rechargeable batteries. Thank you very much, Motley, and all of you for the time that you've been here. Nollerino and everyone, thank you very much. Storms in France, France says, mon ami Carlo Rameau in France, and World Rugby in Saint-Etienne. Hey, World Rugby. I'd have to start looking at some of the rugby. I've seen it only a few times. I wasn't really into the sports on television, but KM, fellow explorers, thanks to you. That's at 111. I'm almost following the time here. Oh, because we're only a small bunch. So that's the cool thing, though. Those are nice little. Those are my shit trophies. I say it's that when I start exposing a lot of stuff, they're just artificial intelligence is able to keep people back, right? Artificial is able. Owen is fed up. Owen is fed up about aliens in Mexico. Hey, listen, guys. Yeah, okay. Don't forget they had this guy that apparently some I don't know. Some of you, a lot of you told me this guy that presented that at the Mexican Congress had done actually archaeological fraud. Eh, I'm sorry, that seems the best way to pass off, UFOs or extraterrestrials as not existing. So they're going to show us antique, ancient UFOs. Obviously, they probably had that for 500 years. That UFO, maybe not UFO, extraterrestrial in Mexico. How long have they had that? It was found in Peru, right? If I'm not mistaken, and either way, in mines. So people say, "Oh, it was found in mines. They're mummies." Well, no, actually, it was presented as not mummy. There's one important piece of information, guys. They said everyone's welcome as a researcher and scientist to go and check it out. So if scientists don't go and check it out, it's a real extraterrestrial. They even say it's full, complete, and it's even pregnant. So that would be something cool. So that's a couple of little aliens, little beings. Me, in theory, I wouldn't be surprised if little creatures like that already live, little like human beings live here on Earth and always have. Probably live in caves and whatnot and come out to gather berries. I don't freaking know. We can laugh all you want. Imagine the size of the berry. Think of it. Imagine being small, okay, here on this Earth, how long food would last. Do you have any idea how long a big Ziploc bag of blueberries would last you compared to that little creature? You're gonna laugh now. Imagine if the little creature is good at fasting and can go a month without eating, eat 6 berries at the end of the month and keep living. Do you understand that? That is scary because they can go on and thrive and live all the time. Many cataclysmic events we've had here on Earth, and we keep on going. We keep on living, apparently. So, oh, and he talks. He's not too. Greetings, Robert. Thank you very much. Have you investigated far sight photography of UAP, 120 frames? Yep, in a specific camera. I've investigated. Yeah, I know all about it. I don't have one, no. But yeah, see, that's the thing. You said a lot there, Robert Henson. I'm no genius, but I know for a fact that it's all in the frame rate. I've seen a lot of UFOs by slowing down the footage. A lot. Like, if not, I see a flash. And sometimes, and when you see a flash, sometimes you don't see it if you don't even slow it down a little bit. I take down the exposure. I do very simple, basic, primitive things with the camera, but we see a lot of things. But yeah, listen, I do film like with my telescope 120, 132 frames per second. I've posted 12K videos that can't be posted on YouTube, and they look a lot clearer and stuff, but they're like 86 jigs. And like people are like, what? Jean-Claude the other day, send me a video. We'll look at it like more clearly on my channel, like in 4K. And I'm like, well, the minimum is 28 jigs, and it's like, what? They're big files. When I present them here and post them on YouTube, sometimes I post it, it's only 128.5 megabytes. You think of it, it's a big difference. People that see my footage here at home is a lot clearer than what you guys are seeing, but not a lot, actually. What I'm able to show you guys on YouTube is impressive as compared to the clear footage untampered here there. And I say untampered because you see sometimes some pixelation. It depends on how zoomed up I am. If I'm showing Copernicus crater that big, guys, on the screen, probably going to be pixelated. But I've shown them close without pixelation. Pretty cool. You guys know it depends on your own screens. Yeah, well, hey, who's Owen, by the way? Talking about Owen Schroer, Infowars.com. If you don't know Alex Jones and the announcers there, you guys got to check it out. Band.video. Bringing out some truth on everything. Yann Luca, merci mon frère. Salut à toi. Hello to the community. Thank you very much, Yann. How's it going, Warren? Hey, man. Many, many thanks for your latest video, Bruce. Much appreciated to you guys for being here. Thanks, McSmam. Appreciate it. Amazing footage. There should be thousands of views and subs. Yeah, the last video got 1,000 views. What do you think of that? Which none of my videos get 1,000 views. As a matter of fact, my streams get 1,800 views, 1,200 views just while we're talking. It's not 69 that viewed the stream that you see. It's 69 people watching at one concurrent time. So we're already up to about 3, 4, probably 500 views so far. But Solarhead, thank you very much. Diddy, His Highness. Would it happen to be an Ottawa cop? Yeah, I mean, pretty screwed up sometimes, some of them, what they do. Sorry, I have a shirt tick. If it doesn't sit properly on me, I don't feel right. Where are all the pics, vids from the Indian Rover? Hey, Grit Ripper. There's a good one, guys. Where the hell is everything? Chandrayaan 3 landed after having unsuccessfully tried to land Beresheet and crashed some living organisms on top of it with metal discs holding information on the moon. And yeah, we're good at scrapping the moon, making it ring like a bell. Zelensky was passing. I asked, is it okay to give a finger? So I spit as he passed. Thank you. Because yeah, fingers is sort of insulting. The spit is less. Hey, so what do you guys all think of Zelensky being president of the United States? I mean, it's getting pretty ridiculous. He came back down, Zelensky, to cry for more money. Hey, do you guys remember me in June, June, end of May or beginning of June? I wrote a post in the community where I was pretending I traveled back in the past to gather some information about when the war was going to end. I predicted it would end before the end, by the end of September, beginning of October, because they're not going to want to be in the cold again and the war is going to completely finish. So now we're seeing already funding worries. And yeah, we're talking about $113 billion that the United States gave. Another recent one, $23 billion, boom, added another trillion to the deficit in the United States, which is very, very sad. You can see that they're destroying the country. It won't be destroyed, though. My American friends are going to be freaking strong after that, but it's very sad to see what they're doing right now. Unfortunately. Hey, let's see here. Again, Motley, MS Sport, again, thank you for being a new. I don't know what you see. That's what they do. They shouldn't write new member, but you know how YouTube is. They should write, holy cow, member yet again, right? Jules of Southern Oregon, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time and effort. Thank you, Bruce. I love you guys. Thank you, Jules of Southern Oregon and family. Wow. Noriega, 2001. Thanks, guys, for the generous contributions. You guys rock. Darla, thank you very much. Please subscribe, like, and share. Yes, guys, I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, so the Black Box dot. I promised my mother I wouldn't speak with an Indian accent. The blackbox.com has a new video for those that don't know. Want to go watch it for yourselves after. We're going to look at it here together. My best friend, Luke Nathan McLean White. How's it going, brother? Greetings, everyone. This is the son of one of my best friends, David White, of course, from the very beautiful Republic of Ireland. Luke, I love you, man, for coming here as always, time and time again, to watch my videos and to participate in the streams. Hello, Bruce, Darla, and everyone in the chat. A shout out to the mods and do a great job keeping control. Thank you. I love you, Luke. Thanks a lot, you guys. Please say hi to your dad for me. Absolutely awesome. My family, love you guys. UFO unknown F object, Owen said. You're worrying me, Carlos. Neil Goodwin, have I missed the footage? Can you show again, please? Didn't show it. I'm going to show that in a couple of seconds, my friend. Couple of minutes, Neil. Promise I will show you that. Sorry for the late response and reply. Scrolling down now. I'm doing good to scroll down now. Have you ever... just disappeared. Victor Acosta, thank you very much. Greetings from Texas to all my amazing friends in Texas. Thank you very much. Yes, Warren. Absolutely, brother. Thanks, Luke. I'm going to talk about that in a second, Warren. Anika, thank you so much. Anika, I love you. Thanks, guys. Awesome with all those UAPs. They're amazing. There's no UFO launch. And don't forget, you guys, I've showed, thanks again, Anika. When I've showed you guys a launch, they come in the sky and they come towards you, they go across. Even if I point the camera upwards, it's hard for you guys to know. It'll look like you're looking at something coming down in the sky, but it doesn't come down in the sky. It goes off to the side. You can see it. You can tell that it's sort of passing by. Last video, I showed one going straight down to the surface. And like McSmayam, or I think it is him, somebody mentioned Bruce, lights appear around crop circles and they go into the ground. A lot of people talk to me, Lisa Birch, about ball lightning and stuff. Thanks for researching, guys. Absolutely. I don't think what I'm seeing is ball lightning, but yeah, we have to research all those things to find out what the hell's going on. Anika, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Greetings to you too. Warren, there. Yeah, exactly, Warren. I went yesterday, buddy. That's exactly what I did. Can you get to where they're taking off from or a lot closer to the UFOs? Yes, and you're going to see it's more proof. Thanks, Anika. It's more proof. I'm filming straight up amongst the between the buildings and as low as the wires. I'm not going to hide it from you. When you look up, it's always hard to judge how high off the ground someone is looking. And of course, even planes go low on the horizon. That's why I deliberately showed some helicopters yesterday in the footage. You can see helicopter or plane. And don't forget, we're not talking about big planes here. Okay. Here, I'm on the outskirts of Montreal, even though I'm a neighbor. It goes by over Valleyfield, not where I am at all. Chemtrails will make the planes change directions. It happens sometimes. They go over top, and it's all of a sudden like it becomes infested with the planes. But I show them in my infrared footage because you can see the major differences of them. SD, there's life all over this universe. 100%. Bill Nelson said it himself, even though he had to talk for NASA as a spokesperson because he's, the administrator. He says there is life out there and all that. So it's just that NASA says that they're not extraterrestrial. But he smiled, Bill Nelson, and said, but they don't know what they are. Well, if you don't know, that's like saying, guys, I don't know what they are, the things that I'm filming, but I confirm that they're humans driving it. What the hell? You can't say. You can't say that you confirm something if you don't know what the hell you're looking at. That's why I touch on the word theorizing and theory, because you have to have facts and evidence, and then you theorize about it. You talk about it. Sure, if you want to linger and talk only on facts, that's what I do. But in theory, everything is possible. Is Earth round? In theory. Is Earth flat? In theory. Is Earth purple, pink, and triangular? Could be. It doesn't matter. We're still stuck on the planet. Either way, we are still stuck on that planet. Thanks a lot, you guys. Scrolling down, I'm getting good mods and everyone to scroll down to try to stay up to date with the time here. How can communism work? Julian H., I never understood that. A gun pointed towards your back is a great motivator. Exactly. That's very, very true. It's a good move. I ain't gonna give you frig. Here you go. Here's my wallet. Here's my card. I can even give you a lift to the guichet if you want. That's what happens. Thanks again, Luke, for coming by, man. You guys. All in all, it's just another. All in all, it's just another 180 UFOs. Mm-hmm. 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 Then in my video, I'm going to make a video. Instead of seeing the people with the masks falling over the edge, I'm just going to have the UFOs come out like they're cranking them out, like boom, ding, ding, bing, 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 bing. You know that music they used to put in the Roadrunner cartoons. Always appreciated, Darla, when that happens. How's everyone doing in the wildfires in Canada? Apparently, they're still burning out of control. Stay safe. Yeah, they're still burning out of control. And you know what? Trudeau has taken away the right for Canadians to see that information. It's like, have no idea as a Canadian what the hell's going on in Canada. It's coming like China. In schools, they took all books before 2008, 2009 off the shelves. That's another sad thing that's occurring. Really sad thing. Thanks for welcoming everyone. everybody. Was eating dinner back in the chat. Good evening, moderators, members, subscribers, and all. My amazing friend. Thank you, Hauser. Appreciate that. Susan Ravella. Thanks for the ongoing support, you guys, and for reapplying yourselves to be members and whatnot. All the support that you guys do. Like I said, I never check just that. I'm not going to say, oh, look at, I was a member, but no, he's not. Would be ridiculous. And but a lot of you are ridiculous yourselves when you tell me, Bruce, I've been a member. I have a problem with my visa or something. I'm just taking it off for a month, but don't worry, next month I'm coming back on. That for me almost brings tears in my eyes because I think you guys are very caring and everything. So that's awesome love. I feel it. Hey, champ, 3:20 a.m. Multiman 40. Thank you for coming back, brother. I appreciate that. Here on the east coast of Australia, and I'm watching Bruce Sees All. You guys rock. Thank you very much. Australia, other side of the world, listening in. It must be dark in your area for sure. Thanks, Carlos. So, can we leave the firmament? Lots of people say we can't. Crow doesn't believe we can. Crow 777 way back said that he doesn't believe human can leave the firmament. Could be possible, but someone's coming in and out, or they're quasi projecting, teleporting themselves into the physical world, guys. We saw David Grush, whom we're still waiting for him, and a whole slew of other whistleblowers, by the way. China, unsuccessful launch 21 hours ago. Crash and burn. I love seeing the crash and burn launches, especially when it comes from a communist country like China. How can I got the hiccup. Sorry, guys. Fasting coming into effect. How can communism work? I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't think it can work. I do not think it can work. 18:25 p.m. in Ireland. Thanks for letting me know that. I never know. The time, it's crazy, Luke. Around the world, the time is different everywhere. It's daytime somewhere. It's nighttime somewhere. It freaks me out. Well, Elias Valhatla in the house. Thanks, brother. Hello, gang. Sorry I'm late, and I won't be able to stay the whole stream, man. Thank you so much. And more training to give today. Right on. Okay, you're training them. Okay. Don't forget your thumbs for the channel. Guy takes the time on his break to come and give some love to the community. Wow, thank you, man. The ticket is bothering me in this hat. My hair is getting a little long. Bro, merci vraiment beaucoup. Puis bon training à tes nouveaux. Boy, bonne chance, bro. Thank you, Aleaus. Merci. He also has the channel Crazy Music Space Jam, and you should see the instruments that he has. Beautiful, brand new instruments, guitars, and exotic instruments. We have a lot of fun. We go over there. Thanks again, you guys, for the memberships. Steve Connolly, how's it going? May you publish 1440 p or 4K, or are there many constraints? There are constraints on YouTube. Apparently, listen, Darla the other day posted a video, wrote in 4K. It was incredibly, ridiculously close. For whatever the reason, when I post in 4K, but don't forget, me, it's not a phone, and I'm zoomed up a lot. Maybe it's the zooming up part that they're having a problem to expose it. And often some of you say that you're looking at it in 1080p or even 720p. But I don't know if there still is. Remember, there was a glitch on YouTube where they said it's not so. You're actually in a HD when you see 720p. So you can tell usually by the footage, looking at the footage. So, but Steve, yeah, that's a good one. I can look at Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, who's streaming right now or was streaming very recently. Mentioned it also. If you pay a bit more, you can, of course, on StreamYard, you can stream in 4K. But the problem is YouTube is not always necessarily showing it. Maybe they are now, but yeah. Grit Ripper says it's raining here all the time. Can hear my grass and hedges growing. It's not good. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. I hear you. I hear you on that. Yes, Luke. And you have to admit, Luke, Scottish people, Scottish, have the best, even the English. I love it. I love the accents. which you don't have an accent. It's just that we hear that we have differences. We all have accents when we listen to each other. But listen, if you want to give some crap to somebody, or if you're angry on something, the Irish, the Scottish have a lot of other cool things, the lingo that they can say to get to sound like you're really mad. In English, just like, oh, holy crap, guys. Oh, shit. Oh, F off, guys. It's like, it's not exactly, Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Jules. UFOs lifting up. I put you on the big screen. Simply amazing. Yeah, now you're talking right on the big screen. And sorry, Jules, for the fizziness that you guys see. It's because it's research. We're literally looking really low in the sky, and there's no way of relieving those lights. There is one way I could shoot them out. But hey, guess what I got the other day? I got, again, that paraglider or whatever you call it thing that was over the house the other day. I caught another little piece of them again, and the sun's exploding right now, by the way. Be prepared for some wild, wild weather yet again. Wow. Carlos, merci. Thanks, man. Your videos are the best ones. Nobody can talk about this issue like you do. I appreciate you guys for appreciating me talking about it. And for some, they're sick of me talking about it. Hey, thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, exactly, Hauser. Well said, man. There's one that came here. I don't know if he was Irish or Scottish. Remember but he was a troll. Remember that I'm doing a but that's all, folks. He came in and he says, "But Bruce, you've got to go further into your research." I love it. I mean, I want to go put on a pirate costume and stuff because, anyways, I have some fun with the accents, boy. I love it. I will not, Darla. No, absolutely not. Canada's getting pretty bad. There's a little bit of problems with India. I love the Indian accent too. I won't do it. There's a little bit of problems with India and Canada. And now India even mentioning throwing back the ball as saying that Canadians now were spying on Indian diplomats and stuff like that. So now a real big shit show. What do you do to hurt people? It's not going to hurt. Is it going to hurt Trudeau by blocking the visas now to all nationals? That's what they're doing, all Canadian nationals and whatnot. In reality, it hurts the people of what they're doing. You see, I watched Mia live, right, in New Delhi. Anyways, listening to him talk about exactly what was going on. Very hyperactive. Indian people are the most amazing people. And I was also very happy to hear not him, but the Indian news saying, which I often listen to the Indian news. You can hear a lot. They talk about Canada more than any other country. They tell us some truth about, what we don't know about. I always take it with a grain of salt. When you're listening to the news and they start off the news by Canada did this, that means that's going to happen. And now they're going to have to do that. I don't take that into consideration. I just watch what they're visually showing. So they can say anything. If I wanted to, I could watch CNN, MSNBC, because I look at what they're showing. I don't, take into consideration what they're saying at all. I can make my own judgment on that, 1 million man march here in Canada. A lot of people were marching against the indoctrination, sexual indoctrination of our children in schools here in Canada. It was nice to see across the province and country that everyone was out doing that. A lot more is doing overtime, adding the climate change. Yep, multi-man 40. Once the U.S. is finished with using him as their Muppet. Yep, it's time to plan a Muppet. This is what we call the biggest shit show. And then it transfers over to those two old guys up in the booth going, right? Because that's what that's for those that do know the Muppet Show. That's exactly what's going to happen. Yes, they do, Luke. Irish and Scots, absolutely. In reality, everyone gets along. That's like in the news when they're saying, black people and white people are fighting together all the time and stuff. No, it's just groups of people. Antifa and Black Lives Matter was started. So you see black people in that group with white people, and then everyone starts saying, "Oh, look what the blacks are doing." In reality, no, not even 1%. It's 0.0.0 as many zeros and 1/10 of a fraction of what black people think of white people. Black people don't think whites are racist. Whites don't think blacks are racist, but some do. We have I'm white. I get a lot of stupid white people that I've met in my life, and I'm sure you have other races and colors or genders or whatever. And there's only two genders. Have also met some weird people, but free speech is that's what free speech is. I allow free speech. So that means there's a lot of things that I accept. I accept people's opinions. And Zelensky's over, my friends. Hey, Multiman 40. No more funding. The war is over. They're not going to give any more money because they're going to have to start giving money off of their back. Then at one point, they're not ever going to be able to indict Trump, but they are going to do several other times. I believe 2 more indictments, maybe another impeachment, maybe even an assassination attempt. Who knows? It's just getting pretty crazy out there with everything going on. Loved your piece on the moon, Bruce. Thank you very much, Bob Down. Leslie, great stuff. Thanks, y'all, for coming in. My great-grandmother was Irish. Great-grandfather was Scot. Me too. I have some little bit of that blood in me, with a bit of German blood, with a bit of Indian descent blood. Oh, boy. Talk about I should be. Oh, my gosh. You'd think that I would be one extremely aggressive character, which I'm not. But maybe I am. I got all the rough ancestry blood in me. Not rough, excited, overexcited ancestry blood, I guess. Paki Samotaki in the house. Thank you very much. Ferrer. Hey, Slim Bruce. I'm going to leave that posted there all day. No, thanks for the encouragement, guys. Hey, from a fat guy, guys, it's awesome hearing. And the trolls every time. Oh, my God. Why do they mention his weight loss? He goes into this rant for hours and hours, and then they bust their noses on their microphone. No, I don't. Something's passing on Virgo constellation, and NASA continues hiding. Hey, that's another thing, guys. Inside of the constellations, imagine everything that's going on, you know? Hey, Janine, it's si. Bonjour, Janine. Excuse-moi d'avoir manqué, Janine. I'm starting to enjoy these live streams. Bruce, thank you very much. The Bible is axiomatic. Thank you very much. Like that, you reply to people's comments, and you always have something interesting to say. Hope all is well. Much respect to you, my friend. Things are going great. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Continuing my dieting, my fasting. Heard there are good chemtrails, the smaller ones. I heard that too, Bob Down, actually. The smaller ones are the bad ones spraying. The larger plane are neutralizing the poisons. See, I'm open-minded enough to believe that that's possibly true, and you'd actually have to hope that that's real. Now, some information came out on Alex Jones. Well, not on Alex Jones, but he presented it there on his channel that, they've been spraying, cobalt, aluminum oxides, and a whole bunch of dangerous chemicals and killed millions of people with the chemtrail spraying, right? The cloud seeding, right, was started. First area was New York. Then a couple of countries joined into that and signed the contract into that. And now not 200 countries are spraying, apparently, but I have seen some videos of some people showing me in some of the countries where they're not listed as being part of on the contract, listed as being on the contract. They're actually seeing some what looks like not contrails, but actual chemtrails that are being seen in the sky. Oliver Klein, thank you for being here. Thanks again, Susan. Altered my pink wave in case is gender specific. Yeah, oh, right, grip. When is YouTube going to plaster gender buttons on the bottom of the streams? Liked by a so-called gender and then liked by another so-called gender. They got 60 boxes. It looked like you're at McDonald's filling soft drinks there with different types and tastes. And hilarious. By the way, Japan, in their McDonald's announcement ad, were talking about families being nuclear families. This just came out, by the way, also on Alex Jones yesterday, I think. Stephen Broman, thank you. Bogam, Bruce Broman, thank you very much. Or Brofman, I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome. Thanks again, Oliver. The earth is so beautiful. It must be deadly. Guess that's why no one gets out alive. Exactly. Yeah, well said. He has the power over death. Believe and leave. Vicky, thank you. Little Castro. Oh, may you be talking about Justin Trudeau? Is a douchebag. Yes, he is. Do Canadians really vote for him? No. And are the elections? I was close. Almost made me say it. Yes, they were the same thing as what I'm going to take you off now. This same thing as what happened in the States, the same time during the transition between Biden and Trump, Trump and Biden, happened here. And at the beginning, Justin Trudeau was talking so wonderfully because we've been seeing that little shithead in schools, okay, always being advertised in the media as wanting to expose the Canadian government for the frauds that they are. I'm telling you. And then all of a sudden he turned on everybody, started, locking out bank accounts and stuff. So like in the States, of course, some people, I've heard some expressions in the States. Somebody says, who are you voting for? Well, I'm going to vote for the less bad one. That the same mentality is also here. We don't have control over the who does come in. It's just a shit show of numbers. Also, the same manipulation that happened in the States. I'll leave it at that. And that's confirmed, by the way. It was in the news. Same, worse, even, like a lot of very bad things have been going on here. A dictatorship, Justin Turdball wants to bring in, the end of voting. So does Biden, right? They want to stop it there where it's just, the Democrats in charge of everything here. So what's happening, Pierre Poilievre here in Canada, everyone is going to vote that has not voted. Guys, I never voted. I don't vote. I voted once, first time when I was really young. I don't vote. I think it's a load of bullshit. I couldn't care less. But when Justin Trudeau was about to come in, some people did go vote because they said, now it's starting to get serious. We want to bring that guy in as compared to the other idiot that was there before. It's idiot after idiot after idiot after idiot that comes in, right? In Canada, Canadians have no say. And now it's China. Lots of things, very dystopian, authoritarian regimes now here in Canada. That's exactly what's going on. Thanks again, Elias. Yep, nobody comes here. It's because I'm showing too much, is what I believe. I could be wrong, Hey, Black Knight Satellite, thanks you guys for becoming members, either new members or membershiping yourselves. Black Knight Satellite, I appreciate that. Thanks for coming back to the streams, by the way. Thanks for the comments. Really appreciate that, my friends. And to all that is listening in. So I'll scroll all the way down now. All the way down. I'm doing it. I'm going crazy. Thank you very much. Right on. Riley in the house. We'll be streaming tomorrow, Riley, for the members. An extra stream won't be taken away from these, but Mojo's Mama B, the members just arriving. We'll be having a member stream tomorrow, approximately at 1 p.m. Eastern time, approximately the same time as this stream starts in the afternoon. For those that don't know, there's an 8 o'clock tonight stream. In the eventual near future, I will be asking people to sort of, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. It'll be cool. It doesn't change anything for you all, except maybe, some of you don't want to be seen as subscribed to a Kooks channel. That I get it, but I'm not going to take away from these streams. We'll be doing them both. The more new Vs, the more Canadians are disenfranchised. Right, you are, as highness. I agree 100%, 100% with that for sure. Everyone you need to stop Ving. Yes, it just encourages them. It's true, that's the worst of it, Hauser. Me, I'm not going to this one either. But people will be wanting, dipshit to be out Trudeau, because he's never Trudeau, right? He's always a liar, though. He's a liar, though. They want him out. Conservatives. I'm even going to paint a red bleeding C on my, actually a blue C, I think. I'm sorry, conservative. Mixing my colors on my house. I don't care if people come in and throw eggs on it. I'll put circle. If anybody eggs my house, I'm going to go outside and paint circles around the egg marks just to piss them off. Just to piss them off. But that's what Canadians are doing. They're going to completely change from liberal to conservative. Liberal US is not liberal Canadian. Don't forget, it's very different, similar but different politics in Canada and the US. Not that different anymore, though. Our friend David White is here and family. Love you, brother. Thanks for being here. Darn sunny boy Luke. I am your father. Oh my goodness. Poor Luke. You must hear that a lot. You must definitely hear that a lot. Luke, I'm your father. Then Luke can turn around, Father. With the spatula while you're making breakfast. It'd be so fun. Amazing family moments. Love you, man. There you go. Grit Ripper. I vote my feet, depending on how many taps. Turd ball. Yep. Justin Turd ball. Definitely. Like I probably would have said that if I was in school. Riley either doesn't even vote. Right on. Doesn't change anything. Honestly, I believe that. And listen, some people might say, well, Bruce, it does change something. It could be. It could be. We're going to get into that video now, guys. You know, I like making you all wait. Christy Lindsay in the house. Wonderful Moon family. I have to run. Wish I could stay. Sending you love and energy, Christy. I hope everything is well. Hope you're staying strong. Hope the fasting's still going on, guys. I got to stay in touch with you all for that. Damn it. Well, knock me over, Trudy. Asked me to come in and meet her dog. Looked like a lab erotic mix. She was surprised. It liked me just fine. Christy, Lindsay, love you, sister, in the house. Just currently eating some steak, Bruce. So lurking. That's awesome. Yeah, listen, perfect time for everybody to be doing so. Star Hunt. Did I hallucinate, Nicole? Yes, he is there. Thanks, brother. TTs is here. Bruce, when they hear your name in the future, they will salute. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. Thanks for appreciating the channel, you guys. Love you for it. Yeah, I love the play of words. I love patterns. It's never Trudeau, which, yeah, he's just full of crap. That guy is just full of crap. Darla, it so is. TTs, I really love you for it, man. You guys, thank you so much. Now I could say, like, I'm not worthy. So I did go out to the area. I'm falling off the pattern here. I did go to the area yesterday to get closer to the UFOs in the forest. It's private land. I can go in from there. I would have to go back further into town, but then I'll see less. So it's very, very bright lights where I'm filming. They're appearing literally in town. They seem to be morphing out of thin air, and that means that they're leaving the surface invisible and or thrusting up once they get higher, either because they're reacting to the oxygen. I mean, again, this is why we theorize. It could be anything. If not, I'd just say, don't know what they are, which I don't, the UAPs. But don't forget, the government is talking exactly about that. You know, the last video I just put up here, y'all, is explaining what happened in the video right before that I showed you, the best parts. Excuse me, explaining and showing that UFO flying out into the depth of the screen. You have depth of field in the screen, and you can see the UFOs only do one of three things: appear and disappear. You see them going just straight across the sky, or you see them going into the depth of the screen. And I've only been able to capture that 5-6 times. It's hard to be able to capture that. You see, that's another thing. See, that's why I'm broken between two sides, torn between two lovers. You know, I it could be Multiman 40 that if I don't vote, that my vote is being taken by one of the, turd ball. It could be Tony Maz. I take the day today, but a little work at my home, 2 hours more and done for this week. Tony, good on you, brother. On ending, have a nice, relaxing afternoon after that. That's awesome. Good job. I'm not colorblind. It's the blue bin this week. Do you all have 5 different color bins? Yeah, some people do. In Valleyfield, there's lots of different bins. There's green bins, there's blue bins, there's brown bins, there's yellow bins, pink and purple bins with polka dots, I'm pretty sure. And I went over Luis Rodriguez, thank you very much. Hola. Gran saludos. Muchas gracias, amigo. Bendiciones para ti, para todos quienes 50 gran canal, un abrazo desde Chile. Sorry. Thank you so much, Luis Rodriguez. You rock, man. I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias por venir a mi canal de investigación de ovnis. Chile. Bellissimo. No, Bruce, that's yes, it is Italian. Hey, Bruce. Chile. Beautiful Chile. I would love, Luis, to go down there on an airplane. You know how people talk in other languages and they go, you know, when people go to the airports and they try to talk in Spanish, but they go, I came down in an aeroplane, and they try to get the accent of the Mexican Spanish accent. Yeah. Joel Godin, thank you. Joel Godin. If voting could change something, it would not be allowed. See, that's smart, Joel. Joel, thank you very much, Joel. That is, yep, it makes muchas gracias, Luis. Yeah, right on, man. Can you ask the landowner for access? Absolutely. Yes, that is something I can do. It is something I can do. Not the other part, though, because the other part is it's Hydro-Quebec land. And get this, that's actually no man's land between the U.S. and Canadian border. So we really are up to the border. I thought it was coming. I thought it was coming from St. Anisette. You know, you look between Ormstown and St. Anisette. I live right in the center of that. And on each side, you see all these lights all over the place. They really are starting and forming. Guys, the UFO light that I saw in my yard, the biggest one, only unique one that I showed at you know, on MUFON and that to Garpan and the Space Force Pentagon when I was presented my work in August of the year 2021. That close one appeared over the tower right in front of me, like a blood, like an aquarium with blood in it, and a light in the background reflecting it, going all over the place. It was just wavy like that. Then came physical form, light rays all around it, stopped almost, because very slow, slowed down right at the house, and then took off. That's what I'm seeing the lights doing further away. So they're appearing probably in the forest. And it is hydro land. I do have access physically of going there, and I'll just be careful, try to cut through it. I don't give a shit if the police stop me there. They'll say, what are you doing? I'm seeing UFO lights in the forest, so I'm going to go film them. Worst comes to worst, I'm pretty sure they're not going to take me to jail. They're letting murderers and rapists out in jails now, so I'm pretty sure I'll be good with that. 58 years old, registered to vote for the first time in my life. You see, our votes do count. That Papa Todd's 1965 believes that. Thank you very much for sharing it. Howdy, Crimson Drums. Thank you very much. K3, they found molecules of life. They're finding that it has to be life, that there's oceans and all of that. NASA is looking for life out there, by the way. They say that they're going to be totally transparent now on everything that they're going to present, which makes me laugh. You know, look at it the way you want. Only got 3 blue, green, and brown, and that is enough of a pain. It is. It is. I'm telling you. And they think something awful. Yes, my neighbors, I keep that for the neighbor I don't appreciate. I leave it on the edge of the house with the bin open. It's a good thing to know. Good day to you, Larry. Thanks so much. Yes, it is, Grip. Yeah. Totally mad. Why is not on strike at this moment? Who is not on strike at this moment in time? Hey, McMahon, the American Auto Workers walked off the hour that they got, the minute they got the information that they weren't going to get their raise and stuff. I like that happening. Here also, there's a lot of things going on. Anika, yes. Yep, I went camping yesterday. I have some footage of me in town, about 35 minutes. I went to a very bright region in town where the stores are, because that's where the lights are lifting up. And I'm pointing at the biological lab, and they're coming up over top, right beside the 5G tower, by the way. And they're appearing, morphing themselves, not close to the tower, but in the proximity of the tower. and I'll get that footage up right after I'm finished this one. I'll be working between tonight's stream and this. And James Webb's telescope is close to visualizing the first stars ever seen. Do you guys have a problem with them saying that they go back into time when they go further out into space? That is that what happens? That every time we advance in the future, as that Earth is advancing, we're actually leaving a part in the past, and that if there was an explosion in the past, we can actually see it. They say yes. I really don't understand that part. Really gets to me, that part. Doesn't really make any sense. And real, and he said, yes, he's some crack. Well, aliens are real. I believe in them because they do exist, but I've done some crack. No, obviously not. That'd be so stupid, eh? That one, Bruce, was awesome. Thank you very much, Grip. It's all proof, guys. Yep. Divine, Divin, absolutely. NASA is as transparent as mud. But luckily, on the inside, people do want to bring some truth out. Bill Nelson's administrator, he wants it all leaked, guys. And higher up, the one in charge of the shit show is not allowing it. I guarantee you the States is running with foreign countries doing all this shit. They're not doing this alone. All their experimentation is done in Canada and China, even in the Ukraine. Why do you think they're sending all their money to the Ukraine? Why do you think Trudeau sent over $1 billion to the Ukraine from Canada too, without our permission? Do you think we actually voted on that shit? No, we didn't. Canada and India are in a war right now, okay? And there's confusion. Basically, guys, I think Trudeau is harboring terrorists here, okay? That's what's going on. Do join us tonight at the 8 o'clock stream, y'all. NASA will say, who cleaned the rover's solar panels? Yes, Kai. Absolutely, because that's what they say. They're going to, even the satellites, they say, fill with dust and they come down in orbit all the time, every so many few months. But yeah, I think Trudeau will go soon. He's a cool, love interacting, y'all. I think Trudeau will go soon. Just got a feeling. I do too, Divin. So does my mother, I think, and some of my family members. Don't forget, he just broke up with Sophie, his girlfriend. And the day he did, he had a scab on his head where I'm pretty sure she whipped her wedding ring at him. That's not nice. But either way, guys, it's the best time to be a comedian and the worst time to be a comedian. All the funny crap that you can bring up with the gender crap coming up in the schools, what they're doing in the schools. One guy in Congress, who is he? Is he from Tennessee? I could be wrong. Virginia. I don't know where he's from. The bigger, hefty guy with the white hair, and he's got an amazing Georgian or Texan accent. He's one of the smartest. He's smart in Congress, white hair. What's his name? He goes, talking about kale, about them eating kale. He goes, those leftists, going to school, teachers going to school with their bags of kale. He says, you know what I said when I tasted kale for the first time? He says, that's when I first appreciated being fat. I had they're starting to talk up now about the leftists and about the corruption of what's going on. Biden got caught with $20 million being sent by the CCP to him, and he, like 12 members of his family, all the way to his granddaughter. It's not like that's not going to come out, right? I did get something interesting, Anika. I got a lot of UFOs yet again, morphing themselves, appearing in the sky, getting bright. One extremely bright yet again. And this is all more proof that, don't forget, they're being caught. Okay. Where was it? It was in Kansas. Good memory, Bruce. In Kansas, they caught them off the coastline, hundreds of them, all stationary on the surface. They can't get close to them. They start taking off. They're morphing out of mid-air. Some very close call mid-air collisions also, guys, with some of these people. But yeah, Nika, I did get some interesting things. I think I'm going to have to pay to go to that Indian Reserve site to look. I wonder if at night, I wanted to see if at night I was allowed. It's out in the boonies, guys. Definitely some cops there. I want to get out there on that land, even just in the parking lot, to see if lights are coming up from that area. Because don't forget, if you get an area like one of you mentioned before, Skinwalker Ranch, and lights are coming up in a certain area, all they have to do is zone it off. Put up a no airspace, which, you know what, guys? I am very close to being in a no airspace. And some of you wonder why. Guys, I live along the border. The only planes going to go over my head are the ones going to the border. Planes don't go up to the border and circle back around and come back. Usually that's not how it works. There's a certain distance, a limit that they hold themselves when they're traveling at 300 kilometers an hour in the sky with a commercial jet. In general, that's how it is. And I'm, no plane zone. You got the little low planes that from Valleyfield, 4 or 6 of them in the region. They've always been. You got one with skis on it, a Cessna. You got a Cessna with, that lands some paragliders or whatnot. But yeah. Hey, JPM, Argentina, which is gaseous. Thank you, guys. Use cash only. Screw our gov. Listen, guys, keep the money on the market. That is something, it's easy for us to all get along, even the ones that have different religions. That is something we can always have. We have to have always our cash, because quite simply, when it goes digital, like a chip in your head, they're going to be able to shut you down. They're just in the beginning of applying all these evil plans, which they've organized over 100 years. And we heard the president, George Bush, the older president, says, when we succeed, and we will, and when we do, the only thing that was missing is the music and the zooming up onto his evil eyes, as it was talking in plain view. The New World Order will succeed, will succeed. A lot of people started getting curious. What the hell is that bloody New World Order? They never hit it. All the information is up there. The documentation's also up there. Be right back. I have to go to the taco truck to grab. Oh yeah, Quadriberia tacos for lunch. Oh my goodness, that in Nicole S. That sounds magnifique, wonderful. What the F, they are in town where it's brightly lit. Wow, thank you, Multiman 40, for being interested. Yeah, here's a problem. Like I could pretend that I'm in the forest to make an awesome video, and that, oh, look, the lights and filming. I could actually even film the town, from the forest, and pretend that I am through the trees in the forest and make it look like it's coming up. But yeah, man, they're coming up over the IGA in town with all the bright lights, and where the hydro plant, the hydro conjunction, like in the States. Each town, right? The big metropolitan towns, here it's Montreal, even California, everybody has those fenced off regions with these, a lot of power nodes and everything that you see there with, millions of amps going through there, hundreds of millions of energy and power, tons of energy and power. I was thinking maybe some of the UAP lights are coming up around that, but there's also already a phenomenon around that, the ball lightning and stuff. And that's not what we're looking at. But yeah, man, they are coming up. They are absolutely coming up from not in the ground, because you can't see them in the ground. And I have no proof. I haven't filmed it in the ground. They're coming up at eye level, right in front of me, appearing out of nowhere, a ball, and it's like it's invisible, and then all of a sudden it appears. So get this. They're flying around all day long, guys. The best UFO footage that I caught was the UFO fleet leaving the surface of the moon and flying over the moon. But you know when I got that? During the friggin' day, guys, because that's right. I said, holy shit, UFOs aren't going to the moon at night. When people go out with their telescopes and film it, they're going there in the middle of the morning, like early morning, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. They're going there when people are not filming the moon, and they're going there when it's a bright lit sun day, when there's chemtrails in the sky here. And don't forget, they have one launch, guys, to take off 50 UFOs from the surface of the moon. It goes boom, and they're out and they're off. So unless I am there at that very friggin' moment and slow it down and see it. But you know what? That's what happened. That's why I only have one of those instances. 275 UFOs I filmed on the moon, all different events. People are like, you don't get UFOs anymore? I haven't stopped. It's also a long process to look at the footage. Like, don't forget, the last footage I got of the moon was really clear. We're not done looking at that footage, guys. It was Moon was so close to Earth. We'll have to go back in the footage, slow it down. So yeah, it could happen in 2-3 months. Hey, look what I got in October's footage. Oh, that's old. It's not old if I haven't shown it yet. you know. Yeah, the friggin' pigeons, grip ripper with solar panels. Yeah, that's another one. I'll be posting that video, guys, soon of where I went. Could all those orbs you see rising be souls? End times are near. The rapture, like Darla says. Yeah, absolutely, Darla. That's a scary thing. That is a very scary thing. Imagine if those are the souls that in advance to Judgment Day that are lifting up all the mutilated souls and abused children and elderly people and stuff. Imagine how many people buried in coffins would have a story to tell us how they died. Can you imagine that? Like even just trying to wrap your mind around one of those thoughts. Crazy stuff. Turdball, another Muppet a puppet who will fade. Yep, fade off the scene with multi-millions. Unfortunately, even Sophie, his wife, got caught doing some manipulation with one of her. Yes, Darla. Sorry for missing that. It's the Drowlers, actually. Yeah, it's spelled Drowlers or Droolers like that, and it's right between Hunting and Saint Anisette. I showed it. It's the Awaka Wishkamuka. It's got a very long name, and I'll get you the name right now. We'll go look at it together later. And it's a site where they are digging up um, ancient artifacts from the Indians that were there when they were crossing over. Don't forget, it's just along the border. So that was already established there, right? It's not for nothing. They're coming, meeting across the border and they're gathering there, the towns. Right now, where I am, this is Indian land. And you could be sure we're probably over burial sites. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of years, how many hundreds of Indians were here, establishing, you know, towns and stuff like that and everything. They've been here for ages. Blue Avians. Witness. Thank you very much. Spreading your light here in Cyprus, Bruce. My terrace is also a UFO hotspot like yours. Witness. Thanks a lot, bro. That really is what it is. I'm starting to wonder, is it me? That the UFOs, are they literally appearing because I'm making them appear now? Because I've been doing tests and everywhere I'm going, these UFOs are appearing, by the way. It's absolutely crazy. Imagine if they were souls, Darla. Some of us are lucky to be in hotspots, and it could be just that too. A witness. Absolutely. I'm sure they moved when I whacked them with the duster. Gene Bob in the house. Thank you so much. When hyperinflation comes, your cash will be worthless. Well, that means they're not going to bring it, because for me, get this, I'm nuts, cash never going to go down. They're going to bring in digital currency, and it's going to be like cryptocurrency. It's going to be like what everyone, has been buying into, the cryptocurrencies, which, people, there's a manipulation on that currency, but there's also a manipulation on silver. Silver is the most manipulated platform ever, right? It goes bullish, then it goes bearish. Yeah, bullshit. It's the rich people, the billionaires, that don't want small people buying at the bank up silver. So when you go to the bank, you're going to have problems buying an ounce of silver. Sometimes they're going to say, well, you can only buy 3, or, oh, well, hey, we don't have the 1 ounce silver bars. You're going to have to buy 100 ounce silver bars. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Playing my left eye. It's been a while. So let's head over. First of all, I'm going to go see. Thanks for coming in, everyone. James Webb just found on Europa a special type of molecule that could only exist if there was life and vegetation and salt water. And so they're already admitting that there's aliens out there. They talked about Oumuamua, you all know. Oumuamua is an alien object. I was surprised to hear astrophysicists, Michio Kaku, even Tyson, astrophysicist, the one I have a lot of problems with, Dyson, okay, said that, yeah, it's extraterrestrial, it's alien, it's not human, because everything is traveling around in our solar system and universe and galaxy at the same speeds because of the magnetism, the magnetic current that happened when there was the Big Bang explosion. Now, whether it be a Big Bang or not, there was an explosion. That's for sure. So, can we see the Drowler site? Yes, we can. And I want to take a look at that together. So now let me go to my page here. No, it's not what I want to do. Sorry, guys. It's like things are disappearing on me. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so what the hell's going on? All right, let's just share the screen now. Screw this. Screw this. All right, share screen. That's what I want to share. Share. So, Centre d'interprétation du site archéologique Drôleur. About the Drawlers, it's the Tianhiaquatha. The Tianhiaquatha site is exactly how it's pronounced. The Tianhiaquatha site is in St. Anisette, located in the Haut-Saint-Laurent. Meanders a small waterway, the Laguerre River. So there's also a town in St. Anisette that was flooded when they started Hydro-Quebec and opened up the dams in Beauharnois. They literally let the water flow, and where the water flowed, that became where the rivers were. Imagine doing that. So if we click on it together. So this is the land where I live, guys. This is literally where I am, like on the corner of my house, 0.9 kilometers away. You see the whole lot going on here. Ooh, is this the best? Probably not the best site to show it. But anyways, there's some images here. Quite simply, it's an area, they have a museum with all the archaeological pieces that they find. There's a dig site where, yes, you can see the squares. They explain how they're doing archaeology there, and the digging and what they're retrieving. Thousands and thousands, of artifacts, that they are showing and exposing there. And that's around the land where I'm filming some of this stuff. Again, it's, the images, plan your visit. Let's just click there. Not going to happen, is it? Image gallery. There we go, my friends. This is where I wanted to bring you. So sort of cool. So here's the intro. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Awesome. So you get to the site. This road there is off of a side road too. Stay there. All the way to my house and back, it goes behind here in this area, leaving here, goes all the way back, stop, to hydro tension wires, like really, really high tension wires from Hydro Quebec. And there's not really access. And like I said, you look like almost like a fool. Like, think of it. If you see here, this forest there, you'd have to go onto this land and then just disappear into the forest. But, don't worry, I will be trying to find a way. So these are having problems with the images. Some nice images, most likely put up a fake sky because like this is over my house. You don't see skies like that. Well, sometimes we do. It's a dig site where they build and they show people how the Indians used to dig and whatnot inside, how they used to build the houses and everything. There's a museum there where there's lots of stuff that they're finding in the ground. And oh, come on, please. Little houses. It's cool. It's a cool place, and that's where the UFO lights are appearing. This is them doing dig sites. I mean, I'd love to go up to them to ask them, who started all this? Why are you digging there? Is this governmental? Like, what are you doing? And you listen. I did go there before and ask them certain questions. They asked me, "Do you work for the FBI?" And I started to laugh, and I said, "Maybe I do." And she looked at me like I was a piece of, anyways. So yeah, lots of stuff that they find there in the ground, obviously. Lots of images. No, they're not showing much, are they? People get to experiment and digging and how they dig. I just love to go there on the weekend and start digging, not tell them that I'm going there. And yeah, okay. I'll stop sharing that. Now we're going to go over to the Black Vault. I'm going to close that box there. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I left Gene Bob up there. Sorry about that. Afraid the government will demand our precious metals like during a world war. Yeah, and listen, we laughed at the people back in the days, other generations, our grandparents and great ancestors who were hiding stuff in the ground, or hiding their money, standing up behind the walls, inside of the walls, behind that was for protection. If something was to happen one day, they would go and get that. But yeah, we are. It's a cyclical thing, right? We're repeating the same cycle as what our ancestors did, except we're doing it with iPods. That's all I can say is different. Cool, different clothes, not cooler clothes, more primitive clothing, by the way, now as compared to back in the day. You grab some old shirt that's 80 years old and you wash it or drag it. You could hook up a pickup truck and bring it home with you. Very good clothing. And now today, everything's cheap. You can see through it clothing now today, Thanks, Bobana. Hello, 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 hello. LGT3 is here. Sprooksy is here. Poor Sprooksy's getting ads. He says, or she says, on the um, live stream of the moon. They demonetized it, so it's not me because I'm not getting any revenue on that. They demonetized the live stream that I talked to you guys about the moon and the fake moon landing. Maybe they're coming in law on power, charging up and buggering off again. I think so, and I think they're stealing power possibly of here, and it would be the best area, guys. They have a 5G tower there, and they have a conjunction of Hydro-Quebec with thousands of amps going by. Okay, they could be lifting up off of there using that. Mojo's Mama B loved seeing the angular buildings on the moon. Yes, a thank you very much. That's exactly inside of Sinus Iridum, the Promontorium B or D, right on the left side at the bottom of the apple bite. So anybody that has access to taking an image of that area will be able to count every single bump in my image and would be able to tell me right away if I was a liar, because there's no manipulation of that image. So more proof yet again. Star Seeds in the house. Everyone doing tonight, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you so much, guys and gals. And now I'm going over to the blackvault.com. We're going to go see a new UFO, which is probably not new, but that was leaked. UAP documents and videos surfaced from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So let me full screen that. There we go. And I'll just go down and open up where you are. Okay. I don't know why I'm having problems today. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to share the Black Vault. Share. Close. And here we are. So, NASA Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Independent Study Team report. Now, that was bullshit, as you all saw. It was pretty bad. This is the blackvault.com if you guys want to check it out. Trending Agency Inspector General reports and investigations. There's lots here. FOIA requests are Freedom of Information requests that are allowed only by American citizens that want to declassify or unclassify certain videos that are both on government websites and YouTube government channels, and of course at the Pentagon, right? So let's see which one here. The recent one, I want you to see that new video. It could be this one. Let's see if it's this. I don't want to waste any time here. I want to get right to the video. So here's a release one. Here's another one. What we're going to do is we are going to watch. I'm going to put down the audio. Okay. All right. So, oh, this one, we saw that one, right? The Mazel one. Oh, it isn't actually. It looks like the Mazel one. Okay, no, look around it. Oh, first of all, take note on the pixelation your government is showing you, and compare that to what I show, because my infrared's like a lot nicer. Maybe I think the more you pay for an infrared, maybe the worse it is. So notice there is an emanation around it, something happening around it. Definitely, it's not just because it's locked in. You can see that it's sending out fires around it. And you know what I like about that is that what I'm showing on the moon, there's also fires around the UFOs that I'm showing on the moon. They're going probably about the same speed. So yeah, this is a badass video. Not very good, is it? Let's go ahead here. There it is flying around. You see that V shape they have in front of it? What are all those blocks that are appearing? Wow, that sucks. I'll say like Owen, that sucks. Oh, look at that. You can see something from the feet coming up there. Another, anyways, whatever the hell that is. Not very good, that one. I'm going to go back, actually. Let's just go back one page. Oh, living hell. What is going on here? Come on. Just go back. Doesn't want to. I'm going to close that. I'm still sharing the page. Am I still sharing the page? Oh, well. Going back to the blackvault.com. I guess I'm going to have to share the page again. Let me find the video, guys, here. Piss me off. Okay, so I'm going to go on YouTube instead because he posted it live on YouTube. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. I think it's this one. Wow, that's not the one I want to show. I want to show the one that was released yesterday, maybe in his live stream. Hang on here. David Grush and his DOD. UFO whistleblower, The Intercept. I'm going to do one last attempt to see if I can see it. Wow. I don't know what to say. Maybe it's this one here. I mean, one last second, guys. Oh, it's 2:33. We had a hell of a good conversation. That was good. That was okay. We're not done yet, but okay. So let's go ahead here to see what he's going to present. No, isn't that sad? I prepared these ahead of time, by the way. I have them in links in the bottom, and I guess I've lost. There was a very recent release of UFO footage 24 hours ago. Go back to the Black Vault. Let's see here. It was a beautiful, beautiful motherfucking clear video. Excuse my words. I don't know what to say. Supposed to be a whole shitload of videos right there when I click on them. Okay, those are all documents. I looked at that. That sucks. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. Is it that one? Wow. Okay. Maybe it's this one. Okay, let me just share the channel while we're looking at these here. Present, share screen if I'm not already sharing it. There we go. Let's just share that. So I guess I would be sharing it now. Let's go full screen. So here's one, an interesting one here. I don't know if you can see it big enough. There's a little object there following it right there. Oh my gosh, guys. You see how shitty the footage is that they release? You know why that was released? Because you can't see it. You don't, well, you can see it, but you can't, tell the differences. That plane is trying to get away from it. Or something. You could clearly see it, and that UFO is following it. There's a cool thing, another release footage, but not clear at all. That actually sucks the bag, eh? Wow. What the hell? Are they deliberately? Oh my goodness, guys. Well, the government's hiding everything. I can confirm it all, y'all. The government is hiding this shit and showing bullshit videos. How embarrassing. I'd never show bullshit like that on my channel. Maybe this is the one I wanted to see that I liked. Yeah, I sort of like that one. See? A lot clearer, eh? Look at it inching its way, guys. It goes ahead, it stops, goes ahead, it stops, and you probably don't really see it very well. In the center there, fizzing around. There it is going by on top. That is pretty good footage. But it's shitty footage that they show, but it's a great capture. And I guess that was the beginning of the one I showed you. No, maybe not. So you see a lot going on around it as it changes directions. And again, it comes to a complete stop, eh? So, all these objects can be definitely buzzing around in the middle of the day. That's for sure. See how it's fluttering around? Fluttering. It's like it's unstable. It's like it's just going like that. It's not. But then again, it could be the camera going left and right with it. I'm tired of the secrecy. Guys, what's the difference with what I showed on the moon with the lights coming out the back of them? Look at that. The same friggin' shit that's on the moon. Those are all around the moon, I believe. It is a pretty cool video seeing it move around like that. And that's what I believe the helicopters were doing in the video that I showed yesterday. You really can't see much, guys. I know it's ridiculous what the government shows as UFO videos. It's really pathetically sad. It's maddening. By this point, I believe 2023, I have to admit, it's angered me a little bit seeing the bullshit that they show. Really does. So how far does that go? Oh, it gets even better, eh? Better, worse. So now, no, that's not over water, is it? You see, then they show it close up and you can't see anything. Isn't that ridiculous? But now there's two of them. They're splitting in two. Oh, isn't that embarrassing? So sorry, guys, to force you to watch that. Fortunately, I didn't see the one from yesterday. It was a lot clearer. I can't see anything. Oh my goodness. How embarrassing. Oh well. How embarrassing. UAP documents and videos surfaced from U.S. Customs and Border. That's what we looked at, and it's not much there. Look at that. That's the bullshit they give us, guys. Seriously. All the same thing, I think, eh? Nothing interesting. Let's see this one. Isn't that just the Mosul one? It's there on the bottom of the screen. It's lifting up. Oddly, going up and descending. Oh, these are embarrassing. What the hell is this? Good thing we had at least a good conversation. Okay, so this is sort of cool here. That's sort of awesome. So, guys, I guess it can be Intel, eh? Russia or China, or it could be the US, or it could actually be alien. But here's the problem: if it was one of the countries, they would have taken over a country already, and they're not doing so. Me, it's the emanation, what's coming around them. That is sort of cool though too. Lights all the way up. These are bad videos though, eh? Not very impressive, eh? What you're seeing the light do is impressive, but it's not a good video. Yuck. That was cold. Where'd he go? Did he go in the ground? Is it hiding in a truck now? They're looking for it. And who would that be? Would be the government or military, obviously looking for them, right? Where are they? Where are they going to pop up? There it is. The orb is going to steal the rig, get into the rig, and drive to Area 51 to retrieve its spacecraft. It's trying to retrieve its spacecraft. You could put a story up on anything also, eh? That, honestly, guys, for me, that looks like a balloon floating. It's not very impressive, honestly. It just looks like a bloody balloon that's floating in the sky. Look at that. Okay, balloons don't go that fast and stop. I get it. But still, not really impressive. Well, that's too bad. I had some better footage than that yesterday, I thought. I guess maybe I saw wrong. Nuclear weapons in the yeah, right. That was crap. Nuclear weapons in the multipolar world. You get a lot of information on this site. Newly released documents shed light on UFO whistleblower David Grush. Oh, awesome. Newly released documents. Well, watch this. What's there? Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. This is horrible. All right. Stop sharing that shit. Sorry, guys. When are they going to come up with some incredible videos up? I left another one up on the screen. I'm doing everything wrong today. Hey, Sprooksy. Happy party time, my friend. Black silk. But double thick today, then a third one. Gary, how's it going, man? Yeah, like this is the beautiful one that you gave me as a gift. See, those are, that just grows in a value, and it could happen that we are going to need them. I don't believe that they're going to take our money away, but they are going to try. And I know they're going to scare people. And I know that one point, it's already happened to me and some of you. One point, we're going to go to the bank, and the bank machines are just not going to work for us for several days. And then after about a week, there's going to be some dead people. And then some are actually going to start saying, holy shit, I have to sell my silver. That is a good way of getting people to sell their silver and then bringing the prices, up. Never know what they do. Hit the like, people. Thank you very much. Starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Exactly. I agree with that. Thanks again, Sprooksy. Thanks, Star Seeds. I'll be getting that video up, guys. Wait till you see what I was able to see in town. New alien movie came out yesterday called No One Will Save You, and it's pretty good. Neuro Official, thanks for sharing that, my friend. Warren Starr, Bruce, do you think it could be a black project or military, some type of drones? Your research is amazing. Thank you so much, Warren. I do. I honestly do. And I believe that it's being hidden that list on top of it, it could be Americans that are working on that, or that it's American founded and that Canadian researchers and scientists are working on that. Very, very hush hush. They can easily do it with the frequencies in the sky lifting off in regions where, other people can't get to. It would be a hell of a long walk in the forest through the vegetation in the middle of the night to try to get to there, maybe even some dangerous spots, which I will be investigating very thoroughly. But yeah, it can be Black Project. Do you guys all remember the blue beam? Not the project, but which doesn't, the nowhere says it is a blue beam exists, by the way. It's not a project, even though some of you know they changed names, just shooting it out there. I filmed the blue beam going up straight up into the sky, an incredible blue beam going up into the sky in the area where I'm getting all the UFOs. And I could only say that it's beaming up from the ground. It's literally beaming up like something magnetic coming up from the surface in the middle of the day. I showed that video, by the way, a blue beam in the sky in the middle of the afternoon. I showed it with the infrared too, but often people will forget about those videos. Rich Williams from Astor, Florida. Thank you very much, brother. Hope everybody is doing well today. I'm getting some awesome images of the sun today. So did I, man. I'll be getting the video up, probably on the member side because it was a shorter video. We will see. Really great prominences. Yes, and it's active right now. Flares and filaments. Absolutely. Because right now, sunspots. Yesterday I filmed it, Richard, and yesterday there was quite a few cool sunspots facing us. Today the sunspots are more intense and they are growing in size. I filmed it in oh shit, yeah, it's pretty bad. Actually, right now the maximum X-ray flux of the past 2 hours is M 1.52. So now we're already up to a storm. They have bigger, smaller storms. Start with C, M, X, and it goes upwards. We're at M 1.52 right now. What does the maximum X-ray flux mean? It's quite simply the maximum illumination, the light that is coming from the filaments, prominences, and sunspots on the surface of the moon. There's always an X-ray flux and a quantity depending on how much light is being pushed off of the sun. And yeah, the sun is pretty bad today, especially that big sunspot right there in the center, which is the 3435. Wow. Yeah, the sun is bad. I got some good footage today. I hope the footage will be good footage. No. Yeah, I hear you. I absolutely hear you, Grip Ripper. He is definitely not a fan of Grush, and I am. And I still go over to the channel, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Right, you are. He's definitely not a fan of Grush. He could even be part of the ones that are hiding stuff. I'm open-minded enough for that. Thanks for sharing that, Grit Ripper. That one's important. Denmark, thank you. Jeanine Dalamaison, supposedly true. Seeking life without parole. What a joke. Yeah, it is a joke, and those people are not going to be arrested. I did, Ramo. I lost just under a couple pounds, under 100 pounds. I was really happy with that. Ramo, I started fasting on April 12th. The first month, I lost 44 pounds. Month after that, I lost 32 pounds approximately. Then I had 20 some pounds and down from 305 approximately, 305. Last I weighed myself was almost a month ago, was at 214. So now I'm approximately 210, under 210, approaching the 200 mark. Really happy about that. Maybe that's why the craft are being seen. They're sensing a strong spiritual aura. Hope you can get onto the land and film in natural and infrared light. Thank you very much. Yes, it's Indian land. There is a lot of spirituality there, spiritual energy probably there, and that could possibly be what they're doing. It's the souls of the dead, like Darla mentioned. Again, I love theorizing about that. It's scary, interesting, and scary at the same time. Made it to 3, y'all. Tonight, I will invest more time looking into the news. Nothing. There's nothing about UFOs much. And yeah, like Mix Mayhem said, take it with a grain of salt. That Greenwald guy, if he doesn't uh, believe in Grush or whatnot, take it with a grain of salt. Go look at the footage that's being exposed there. But what they say, that's, like me. When I show you my footage, you're listening to what I'm saying. I got some ideas and stuff. It doesn't mean you agree with me, but you don't mind me saying my own word. But it doesn't mean I can't confirm nothing, right? Not sure the moon is a real moon. It's a space station. I would think that that's highly plausible. Papa Todd's 1965. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everything, my friend. I agree with you that that's very plausible. I actually would believe, I basically believe that I do believe in the ideal of it being a spaceship. The fact that it's empty, it's ringing, everything we're seeing on the surface, it's that, and not just that, it would make sense that on the outside of a spacecraft, they would have inhabitants. Doesn't that make sense? Like imagine the aliens lived inside, and on the outside are the ones producing us, the employees, the lower race, even though we're, pretending we're the bigger race. They added a Bible. They added a story about God so that we would feel that we were, not inferior. But you see, that's why I'm open minded enough to believe that God exists too. When I pray at night, guys, I pray to God and I tell him I love him. I do. I honestly do. Am I open minded enough that I could wind up one day and that he doesn't exist? I don't drag on about it, but I'm open minded enough to know that that's possible. So I have respect for atheists. I have respect for the spiritualities, spirituals, and all. Freshest off water is under the ground. It really is. TETs. And that's another scary thing when you see. I was talking about buoyancy of the icebergs. 10% of an iceberg you see, 90% is underwater. It has a greater volume because it's expanded. Once it goes down to its regular volume, that's when it melts and the rivers and oceans do not rise. But when you get a professional scientist tell you that if those icebergs melt, the oceans will rise, that's because they're lying. You're not going to tell me a professional didn't know that. Like somebody calls him up, hey, be careful, this guy Bruce, he's all an amateur, is talking about buoyancy, eh? They all know that. They know everything about that. I don't give a shit about what I'm saying. Crypto Beehive is here. Gold and silver will be worthless as well. Looks like we're going back to the tally stick. Yeah, I hope not. But you guys know it could go through or it won't go through. There's a lot of rejection here for the digital currency. So that is a good thing. Thanks, man. Good afternoon to you too. Destiny Ram, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, geez, look at the flexibility. Yeah, I can scratch the center of my back now, guys. That's pretty cool. As compared to 122 on the like button. I'm liking that. I saw UFO a couple months ago, says the Bible is axiomatic. A couple of months ago, for the first time, the light it emitted seemed supernatural in nature. Didn't remind me lights in the traditional sense. Thank you, and that's it's funny you say that. When I see them, it's the feeling I get. It's the same perception that I honestly feel too, but more like an emanation or an aura. Well, it's smart what you said because in reality, well, it's honest, right? But it is still smart what you said because in reality, there's talk about them quasi projecting themselves into this physical realm and that they're not actually here in physical form. Oof, that's a little, it fascinates me when I think of that. Paul, boom, alakablam, re. Thank you very much. Crypto Beehive. Thanks, you guys, for coming in. Larry of the WEF is a master plan. what we did is we met the very young Justin Trudeau to allow us uh, to infiltrate the Canadian Parliament, and as we have, and you're sitting there listening to that. Like, what the hell? So in Congress, at a live feed, because I said it's a live feeding. That's what they look like. Listen to the government in Canada here, on Parliament Hill talking and saying a whole bunch of bullshit about what's going on with the WEF and how come they're infiltrating Canadian politics. And 16 people stood up of all different areas in the Congress, Quebec Assembly, stands up and starts screaming, saying, "Shut up! Stop talking about it! Take him out of here! Take him out of here!" They're all involved. Most of them, every shithead one of them are involved, and they're all receiving money for killing us. That's exactly what it's doing. It's a slow kill, but they are. Richard Crooks, good evening to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it could be. It looked like a balloon, Anika. It really did look like a balloon in that video, honestly. Yeah. Thanks again, Anika, and everyone for the generous contributions and all the amazing support that you give this channel. Black Knight for becoming a member. Susan Ravella, again, becoming a member. Motley, MS Sport, again. Thank you very much, y'all. Some of these spherical orb ships are unmanned scout craft. Yeah, I would believe that. Like maybe there's nobody in it. It's a probe coming from a spacecraft too. That could be another thing. Aliens could have sent something from the hundreds of light years away and not even be here and be just watching us and disturbing us. Maybe it's all planned, right? One of the space arcs. I have high resolution video and photos of these chrome spheres. I've seen them literally in the sky. Literally in the sky. Government buys the cheapest ass cameras for their $100 million jets. You know what, Papa Todd's? It's true. I believe that because their cameras are embarrassing. You can't even make them better. The images. I've tried. Sí, Luis. Mucho miente. Big ass liars. See, Luis. Hopefully they'll show more. I'll tell you that right now. Darla won't know that, so I'll have to look it up. Nobody here in Canada knows what time. Oh shit, 5 a.m. It'll be at 10 a.m. I'm going to be coming back on here for my Australian friends. Australian friends. I'll be here at 10 a.m. this morning for you all, your time, Australia's time. All different times around the world. Thank you so much, Anika. Edward Scheinberg in the house. What's up, everyone? Thank you very much, brother, for being here. We have Crosshatch in the house. Hi, all. Can anyone remember a channel where the guy played live movie clip at the start of his videos? I wonder if anybody knows. Making a video, says Space Stuff, of a huge sunspot I got day before yesterday, close to 5 Earths big. Yeah, listen, they are huge. Good for you. And like I said, if ever you're posting any of those videos, man, don't be shy. We'll broadcast that channel out. Thank you very much. Yes, Ramo. Photonic light. And that's also what Bob Lazar, before I get off here, Bob Lazar explained that with the UFO anti-gravity, propulsion systems in the smaller UFO craft. You put the element 115 inside of the center that's going to instantly burn up as it goes down through a metal tube and then a glass tube. It's conserved in there, becomes antimatter. The antimatter clashes with matter as it comes out. And what happens to that instantaneously is the element 115 turns into element 116. That is the outcome of burning 115, turns into 116. And then they're able to quasi project themselves because they're bending space and time. They are not actually traveling through space. You need a fuel to leap, but you don't need a fuel to travel across like we are doing with New Horizons and all the probes that we're sending out. You're here at the other edge of the Andromeda galaxy, and Earth is there. All you have to do with a tiny piece of element 115 is burn it, and you're going to appear right at the end, because instead of traveling all this distance that us humans travel in space to go to the destination we want to go to, you're just doing a little bounce at the bottom. I don't even know if you'd feel the time you bounce, right? Because, you know, they're leaping, right? So photonic light happens when antimatter clashes with matter. So I believe that the UFOs we're seeing, that photonic light is quite simply the atmosphere that is clashing with that object. Maybe a UFO that was in anti-gravity where there's absolutely no oxygen would not be so bright like the ones I'm showing on the moon. We see both of them. We see bright ones. We see ones that are not bright on the moon at the same time. Remains very exciting, I tell you that. Subatomic neutrino concentration coming through in CMEs as well. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Blackouts, there's different things that the sun can do to us. It can completely take out our grid. And what people think when they say completely take out our grid, before I get off here, it's going to destroy the grid. Once the grid goes down, if it burns all the circuits, it's not circuits we're going to be able to just turn back on. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Oh, it's not just the lights are going to go out. No, everything is going to be damaged. Our electrical devices can be damaged unless you put it in a metal tin can, sealed, okay, before it happens. And even then, I wouldn't be sure, but everything is going to stop working. The cars and stuff. If there was, look at nuclear blasts. There's different types of attacks. And if you see that type of attack, magnetic pulse, that's what you don't want to happen. And that's going to take out all the grid. And just to let you all know, if they wanted to start buying the parts to put all those wires back up in the States and in Canada, China makes them. It's all ordered down from China. We're not going to be able to get any, obviously. But I love the theories that we bring up about the lights. Always have spirits and demons, drones and black projects, literal UFO craft that are quasi-projecting themselves into our physical world, and that the clash of the atmosphere with the antimatter. Antimatter, c'est du néant. It's rien. It's nothing. Antimatter is just nothing, right? Well, nothing doesn't exist, is what I thought. He said, only everything exists. There's no nothing that doesn't exist. But it's like a black hole traveling around. Some people came up with that theory too. And before even I mentioned it, maybe those lights, Bruce, are black holes, pinpoints in the sky where you can travel through and go through. As a matter of fact, maybe that's why some of the lights, we see them leaving each other. And as I've shown both, and even showed lights connecting only once. I showed that. That's what's important to film the sky. I showed lights connecting and hitting into themselves once, like poof. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, you guys. Yes, Paul, you said a mouthful there. Everything is vibrational energy. Every single thing is vibrational energy. This card, this old paper card was formed, is vibrational energy. The energy that was put into it is still there. It's a vibrational energy. We are vibrational beings, like a squirrel's tail that keeps them up straight on the fence. You ever notice squirrels like this? Squirrel's like on a wire, totally balanced, but its tail going left and right while it's balancing itself, right? Sort of like a squirrel's tail is like the pole that the trapeze, not trapeze, a line walker walks across a line. Oh my God, I'm getting old. My mother's going to say, you're fucking up too. When you get old, your mind starts going. Aurora Borealis, Aurora, try that again. Aurora Borealis is very strong at the moment. It is Ramo. Hey, you guys, we used to see him here in the 90s. We don't see him anymore, and we haven't seen him for ages. But right now, some of the countries, Sobankia, Uchyoki, Kirkenes, Murmansk, Norilsk, Vorkuta, Karuna, all those places are seeing the auroras. Aurora Borealis if you're in the north, Aurora if you're not, if you're in the south. Pretty impressive. Yeah, that's one impressive sun, Rich. That is one impressive sun. I hope I got some good images. It looks worse today than it was yesterday, like because of course it's turning around. But yeah, some big ass sunspots that are there. I want to thank everyone for having come by the channel. Everyone, the last UFO video got 1,000 views, so I'm shooting it out there. Any person that's not a troll, but that would love to show me someone else, one other person in 8 billion people in the world that filmed in 1 hour and 7 minutes, 182 UFOs. You're not going to see any videos online of 182 UFOs. It's never been put on YouTube. I know, guys, I'm always looking, right? So this week, in 4 days, because day 3 it rained, in 3 days and one gap between the third day and the second day, 375 UFOs, 372 UFOs that I was able to film. There were not that many launched. And go look online at how many how many satellites you will have crossing over your head over Salaberry to Valleyfield. Good luck. If you tell me 182, I will close my channel down. I will admit to everyone that I was wrong, that I didn't do enough of a thorough research. Frequency, vibration is everything. Absolutely everything. That's how you become invisible. That's how you become visible. That's how you, I mean, it's a scientific theory. No, it's a mathematical equation. Frequency, vibration is equal to everything, is everything. So when you tell me that, like, as compared to Albert Einstein's explanation, or, what's his name there, Dyson, guy, the astrophysicist, his explanation of how the universe was created, just hearing you say it was created and it's all frequency and vibration, that would be the best explanation as to what exactly this, what we are, what all of this is, what reality is. How many times have we seen UFOs coming out of craters? Many times. Thank you, sir. Yeah. And coming out of craters, they're tiny. We can hardly see them. And people are like, well, it's not, like, what do you want people to say? If you say, oh, it's not, it's probably just a drone. It's still just as crazy seeing a drone come out of a crater. It would be more ridiculous seeing a drone come out of a crater when drones are just flying around our skies now for the first few years. There, guys, come on. When I was young, never heard of a drone in my life. Didn't know what drone meant at all. And I was born in 75. They weren't talking about drones at all. They weren't talking about clones either. Not very much. All this stuff was hush hush when there was no internet. Then the internet came out and people started doing really thorough research. There's a time in our ancient past where the dragon tribe of Africa speak. I know a little bit about the dragon tribe. Africa speak of the moon not being in our sky. Yeah, there's 3 prophecies, I think, in 3 different religions that talk about that. And it just arrived one day. Research the dragon tribe and you'll find truth. Thanks, Star Seeds, for that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Teresa McLaren. Love you for it. My friend, yet another one. Glasgow, Scotland. Thank you very much, Scotland. Love you guys and gals down there. We're up there. Thanks for encouraging our members. Absolutely. Nicole S. rocks. You all do, guys. Thank you so much. So we had yet another good stream, and I'll be coming back on in 5 hours for us all to see what else is happening. Test the theory of the iceberg. Put an ice cube. Yep, exactly. I did just the other day, actually, by myself. Let it melt. The water level will still be the same. Yep. Blows their BS theory out of the water. They are full of shit, and they really are. And it's true. The ice cubes will bob 7 high outside of it and bring the water right over top of the edge of the glass. No water is going to spill over. It's the same volume of water. It expands, but the volume is the same. And that's why our pipes bust, because the water expands, still the same volume, but expands. Boom, busts the pipes as it grows in volume, and then comes back to the same volume when it melts. But it's still all in the same volume. Greg Brown, Sumerian texts, yes, are really worthwhile a study, Bruce, if you have not already. It's the most important ones, Greg Brown, the Sumerians. Yes, I got Elias, a couple of friends here too that did some research on that. No, you are right about that one. So interesting. Yes, our friend Yan speaks French, Edward. Wait a minute, wait a minute here. If he's making videos, come on, brother. Let us know. No, absolutely. And yeah, he's got a big ass 14-inch telescope, guys. Isn't it funny? The only one that has a 14-inch scope came here to the channel and is telling me, yeah, Bruce, we're seeing a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, yeah. No two ways about it. Absolutely. See you tonight, Jules of Southern Oregon. Thanks, guys. Anyone keep up with the Disclosure Project? Dr. Greer, it's worth a look. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, brother. I showed and talked about it a couple of live streams back. Yeah, very important. Stephen Greer stuff. No matter what you all think of him, it's important to see what he is offering. Please do so. Please do so. Do check out the Space Stuff's channel. And again, whether he's posting or not, doesn't matter. Subscribe to the channel. Eventually he will. When you freeze water, it expands. Exactly. Same volume, but it expands. So that's why, like Ramos said, that is why our pipes bust, because the expansion of the water. But all that water that's in the ocean, when it starts melting, is not going to make rivers and rivers and rivers. You know when it will? Obviously, if an iceberg blocks a bridge, water is going to go around it, and then everyone's going to be flooded. And they're going to say, how come the whole damn town or American state is flooded, guys? How come? Well, it's that friggin' iceberg that's bringing us water. No, it's blocking the water from flowing freely where it usually flows. Levels go up. When levels go up, it's simple. Here in my town, when levels go up, it's because in the States, they open the dams when the thaw is there. Doesn't that not make sense, though? When the thaw, but it's not going to rise. And the rivers don't rise. They'll descend. Worst comes to worst. It'll go back down. No, it doesn't move. It's the same volume of water or ice, There's lots of scientific tests, boy, that I've been studying about that I never thought I'd find interesting before, but it has to do a lot with my research. Grab steel wool, a steel wool pad, start burning it with fire, lighter, torch, or anything. You're starting to burn it, it's starting to singe. Put it on a scale. You're going to scrap your scale. Put it on a scale or on a plate, weigh it before, and watch what happens to it while you're heating it. When objects get hotter, they get heavier. So when a rocket is on its way up to launch a satellite, let's say, because it makes me laugh how we all watch the rockets go up and disappear. And then satellites are launched. They're tiny. And then 3 months after, I see lights low in the sky and they're like, they're sats. No. So the rockets, the hotter the metal gets, the more it weighs. The more it weighs, right? Why doesn't a comet melt? You look up stupid facts. I don't even like saying the reason why a comet melts. Well, it's because it's so damn hot at the speed it's traveling, and it develops this sheer screen in front of it, like a wind screen sort of protection in the front of it as it's pushing space and time, and it keeps the ice cold. And here you see a comet go by and they talk about it, like the last one I filmed, hundreds of thousands or millions of kilometers all over the solar system is spraying its tail end gas and dust. And you wonder how the hell, apparently comets are sublimating. So you have to look at sublimation. See, it's not easy to be able to know exactly what things are going on. And I've been studying for the past 7 years now intensely in science, uh, and the basics, by the way. What happens to something hot in space? What happens to something cold in space? Is space bright? Is space dark? Is space cold? Is it hot? I ask the simple, basic questions, and you don't have to look for anything more than that. You're going to come up with a whole bunch of conclusions. You know, people were asking me, what the hell are the rainbows that we're seeing around the sun? And we get a lot of different people saying, what's the poison? Yes. Some people say, no, it's not poison, it's ice crystals. Yes, that too. The ice crystals are keeping the heavy, dense aluminum oxides and cobalt that are falling in the sky, and we can see that reflecting and refracting. And yeah, sometimes a ring around the sun is poison that we can see, but also that it's a fact that sun dogs, so that's another thing. You see spots around it. There's a whole bunch of things, and you look up. It's just basic information that you look up, but you're able to explain it better to somebody. When the moon started jumping around the sky off of the elliptical line. Well, what's the elliptical line? Well, it's where the sun and everything's going by. The sun and the moon are always on the elliptical line. But then 2-3 years ago, they went off the elliptical line. We're seeing the sun in the south, even the sun. We're seeing the moon in different areas and sections of the sky. And people are like, oh, no. Hey, yeah. Fukushima also, Tipatangelis, 2 dos. Thank you very much. They dumped into the ocean the first batch of that contaminated water, which they're going to be doing. And it's a project of over 30 years. They will be dumping those massive cylindrical containers filled with the contaminated water, which, by the way, is very fascinating. Do you know that the core is still hot? What do you think of that one? Wait a minute, Bruce. What do you mean the core is still hot? It's always been. Once it's fusion reactor, it's almost impossible to stop, right? There's a certain process you have to do to stop it so that the uranium and everything doesn't explode. Seems some of the Million March with Rebel News. What the hell is happening in Canada? Absolutely, Paul. It's Muslim religion, the Christian religion, and all other religions that are getting together, that got together to protest against the sexualization and the indoctrination of the sexualization of our children in Canadian schools. All across the country, there was peaceful protests of people talking about that. Absolutely, Brian. Donovan, thanks, man. It could be probes before I get off here. It's just asking Americans for help. He told him to beat it. Just beat it, beat it. Yep, now he's here. Scotland, another area where they say that they were. I believe it. Speaking of jets, where's the debris of the crashed jet? Yeah, there's lots about that. There's lots. We have some jets and even some commercial airlines that disappeared that reappear many months or years after, eh? Thanks for being in, guys. We will see you this evening. Yes, Anika, there's a stream tomorrow. Thanks for asking. At 1 p.m. Eastern, the same time as this one started today, 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's for the members. And I will start it up, and we'll present the first stream. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time in Montreal. It's for me to come on and personally thank all the members. Thanks, Anika. Thanks for everything, y'all. Star Hunter, I agree with you. Teresa says the skies are beautiful in Glasgow. It's near 8 o'clock at night. Sky glorious. Teresa, I hope that Gabber Beast, thanks, man. I hope that my skies are clear tonight to be able to film. Get ready, because I believe I'm going to film 200 plus UFOs in the sky. And if I filmed almost 404 days, they're not UFOs, because there are not 400. I confirm to you guys and gals, there are not 400 satellites going over my head in a period of 3-4 days every night over the same tree at the exact same time between 8 and 10. So just shooting that out there. 5 a.m. in New England area of Australia. Thank you very much. Yes. In 5 hours from now, in 4 hours and 45 minutes from now, at 9:45 Australian time, Greg. No, 10 a.m. What am I saying? Oi, oi, oi. I love saying that. Like the battery guy. Oi. Anyways, what if there's also some English people that say that? Oi, 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 oi. A little less pronounced. What if the UFOs are there to do their own disclosure because of Bruce's channel? Thank you, Susan. I'll tell you what I showed, the government can very well see it. They did see it. I was actually presented on a government streamed, televised forum in 2021. And that's where everything stopped, Susan. Everyone disappeared here. Darla, I know a lot of people remember that. And yeah, absolutely. If they find something that I showed, I'm hoping that a little bit that I helped contribute to the start of the UFO report. Look at it the way you want. 5 years after my research, first UFO report started coming out. So I was here just in the right nick of time, I think. Right on, Crosshatch. Thanks for being here, Crosshatch. Star Hunter, Grip Ripper, Gabber B, Space Stuff. You guys rock. Thanks, man. Damn right he is. I must be missing some messages here. That pisses me off. Could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Arr, the Pirate of Canada. Ahoy, mateys. Oh, shiver me timbers. You walking the plank this morning. There's no this morning. They didn't say this morning back in the days. Ye morgen. Quite sunny in the morning. Much love to everyone. Bless you all. Papa Todd's, thank you very much. 1965 for being here. Anika, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. For the members, at 1 p.m. every Saturday, I'll be streaming now. Riley was the first to suggest it. So I said, let's do it. We all need to walk around with IR glasses to see everything. Yes, Super Sleuth. Thank you very much. You're right about that. Thanks, everyone, for the amazing support you give to this channel. Kai, take care. Live glasses are based on real glasses still for sale in Russia. Yes, because that infrared glass lens, optical lenses, are showing living, what looks like living organisms flying around all over the bloody sky. And that, Kai, when I adjusted the exposure and the aperture and everything to change to see how we see the surface and slowed everything down, in a way, it's like a manipulation of our frequency of our eye, and it permits us to see other things. Based in US, right on. The Divine Sorcerer, just getting off, you guys. Thanks for being here, man. Divine Sorcerer, I'm going to start live streams for members tomorrow. And thanks to those of you for subscribing. Thank you very much, Starseeds. Thanks for subscribing and taking the time that in the eventual future will be only the one subscribe will be able to come and stream. It's free. So you can subscribe. It will help me grow my channel at the same time and help the algorithm. So thank you very much. Let's see how many subs we lost for this stream, which I always test the trolls. Subs go down, views go down, but the videos go up. So that's all good. Good. That's not where I wanted to go. I want to go see here before I get off what the subscribers are at. We're almost at 98.2, guys. I was 12 away this morning. So I was at 98, almost 0.2. We'll see what we're at now. It goes up and down usually. Oh, we're back down to 98, 166. So thank you to all of you for subscribing to the channel. Talk to you all soon. I'll see you at tonight's stream, 8 o'clock Eastern, Australia time, 10 a.m. Bye-bye for now. We should James Bond that field and steal their aircraft. Oh, absolutely. Like, like when they wanted to adventure onto Area 51, when the cops went there and everything, there were even the guards were watching at the base. What were they going to do? Start shooting kids running in with their fake aliens? I mean, that's pathetic. We'll see what happens. You too, Rich. Space Stuff. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great day. rest of the day. See you all tonight. I'll try to spend some time editing videos and uploading. So, Space Stuff with his 14-inch telescope is going to start posting videos. Rich, I will share every one of your videos out, and I will push it like I do for Elias and for everyone else. I promise. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Go and subscribe to Rich's channel, Space Stuff. He has a 14-inch telescope. So go check it out. You'll be getting the same stuff. You'll be able to compare what some of the things that I show and looks like and what he shows. So there you go. Work and practice, man, on the zooming up in the editor. Don't be shy. Zoom up plenty of times. Show it far. Show it close. Make long videos. Close, far. I turn the image around. I bring the exposure down. It's going to be friggin' fun. Take care. Talk to y'all tonight. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, everyone.